People checking on me, asking me if I'm okay. Appreciate it, but my answer is always the same. Tired of myself, I wish I could get out my brain. All these thoughts and these feelings are driving me insane. Wish I could do this, wish I could do that. Wish I could just wake up and focus without dealing with all the stress of existence. Feelings of enjoyment and excitement feel distant. I know I'm not alone, I just want someone to listen to the things I have to say, to the shit I have to deal with every night through the day. But it doesn't help that I always push everyone away. My emotions keep on telling me that I'll only be safe in the dark. Keep it all.
Does it say C and A? That is wrong. Ah. Damn things. Update. Yeah. Stage 6 in California, Canada. Things were not... Oh, here we go. Things have not been functioning. Things have not been functioning well in technology land this morning. I think... Yeah, exactly, that's working. I switched all my Zwift stuff to the computer, and because I was using the Apple TV, and I thought, oh, I'll just use the computer because they get better graphics and blah blah blah. Well, I go turn everything on this morning, and the computer has no ANT signal, no Bluetooth. I'm like, what the fuck? So I turn the computer off, turn it back on, unplug all the cables, plug everything back in. No ANT signal. Like it's just nothing in Zwift, which is probably not a computer issue, it's probably a Zwift issue, but I was like, to heck with this. So luckily I still have the Apple TV set up untouched, so I was able to swap back. Well, it has been. Like, I only really switched just because, I mean, the graphics on the PC version are way better, but like, it's never let me down with connecting the sensors. Yeah, I've had that where it's been, you know, after say 2 hours of riding, something will disconnect. But I'm never sure if it's the Apple TV or it's the trainer. That could be it, Peter. It was annoying because I'm running late behind anyways. So I was like running late to even get in the stage, and then it's like, I very rarely have the graph on. I don't want to see how slow I'm going. Kind of surprising the next day, like I did C and B yesterday, of how your legs feel, even just after riding for 2.5 hours at an easy pace. Like there's definitely some fatigue in your legs. Yeah, I find if you need, or if you take like 3 days off, you almost need like a ride to before your ride, like the day before. That's always my problem, is I'll take 3 days off and my first ride back will be a ZRL race and I'll be like, holy crap, where I should have ridden Monday. tether doesn't last long enough. But on my yeah, only 724. I wish there was like 3,000. No. There's my coworker. He's sick, or he's got a positive test, but he doesn't feel like feels normal, but still with everything going on, he has to stay home for 5 days. Really could use like 2,000. Is the front not going very fast? Or on your ride it wasn't going very fast? Oh, that's not bad. I don't get some of these rides. You know, sometimes like a total hammer fest. Well, I think rowing for full body, you're probably correct on that, because I used to row quite a bit at the gym. But yeah, like it doesn't really translate to many other sports, but you do get, you know, your back, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, you know, your hamstrings, your quads. It's actually quite, it's quite easy on the joints and stuff, from what I know. Well, and I think with rowing, it's not just, you know, getting on the rower and rowing for an hour. It's doing 500-meter sprints or, you know, interval workout where it's like explosive, you know, you basically do a 1 minute effort. I believe how quick it just splits up and goes to single file. Maybe like more blobby all over the place. I think I get my mountain bike out once every 2 years. Well, even if I ride with the kids, I can ride my cross bike and keep up with the kids just fine. I don't have a big beastly mountain bike anyways, though. It's like a hardtail. So it's kind of like a cross bike. Well, that's 100% what I've seen in any of the mountain bike races I've been in. I can spin the crap out of everybody, but as soon as we hit like small punchy climbs, heart rate goes through the roof. this route go up Box Hill? It does, doesn't it? Oh, Lemmy. Yeah, I gave running a shot a few times. Like a good go where I'd run for 4 months. You know, 4 days a week. On my lunch break, I had a 5K loop that I'd gear up and do the loop. And I tried. But man, like you just can't. Like you just plateau, and it was like, okay, this is about as good as it's getting. Every run, even after 4 months, just felt excruciating. Like you could never settle into a pace and be like, yeah, I could run like this for hours. It was just, even if I slowed down, still felt like I was gonna die. Yeah, Brian, it is a scam. I've done I did a bunch of 5Ks, done some 10K like runs, like actual like events, and I just can't do it. I shouldn't say I can't do it. I could run. It was just hard all the time. Like cycling right now, 200 watts. 134 beats a minute. I'm chit-chatting. Running, it was like walking. I had to fast walk to get my heart rate lower than, 160. And then I would do the whole thing where I'd run, walk. I mean, I could pull off a 5K, no problem. But it was like a 5K of just 180 beats per minute. I tell you, I did the TC 10K. So we did it 1 year, and then the next year, like the 1 year I trained for it. Like, I'm gonna run, and we're doing this 10K. The next year, because Tamara was quite a bit into running, I thought, I'm really in good biking shape. I bet I could just come off the bench and pull out a 10K. Yeah, I crossed the finish line and my leg just went totally straight and was like, boing! I'm like, I can't. Like, I survived the 10K. I think I did like 54 or 55 minutes. Like, if only ever cycling. But to my wife's well, I was like, cardio-wise, I was there. Like, I had good cardio, but my wife's cousin came to pick us up, and I couldn't even lower myself into the car. Like, I couldn't bend my legs. If I bent them even a millimeter, they would cramp and, like, I'd fall on the floor, and then I couldn't walk for probably 3 days after that. But I did it. Oh, it was horrible, like lowering myself into that car trying to keep my legs straight, but I didn't have to train though. So it was like the 4 days of pain worth the months of training, like kind of a good trade-off. Well, the problem with the running too is it felt fine as I was running. Like the 5K mark, I'm thinking, yeah, this isn't too bad. You know, I'm not, it's work, but it's not bad. It wasn't until you stopped. When you stopped running, that's when all hell breaks loose. Well, and then the longer you haven't ran for, the worse it gets. Like, you almost should never stop running. Like, if you cross the line, you kind of got to jog in place. As soon as your legs get that reprieve of running, they go, we're seasoned, all seas ahead. Yeah. Yeah, it's... You're like at the stoplight riding around in circles. It's new, it's exciting, pushing yourself. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I'm gonna show you, I'll close this gap, and then I'll pass them. Man, this stage is just a jumbled mess of riders. I'm doing the A route, but it's like everyone's in these little groups of 5, and we're only 16K in. Like, how did it split up so hard? Like, we're starting to pick people up, so the blob that I'm in is slowly getting bigger, but I'm just sort of surprised. And when I look at the companion app, it's just like blob, 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 where usually this soon in, it's usually like single file, like just continuous riders. I have a feather though, I'm saving that for Box Hill. Two more stages. Well, what the hell level are you in Zwift now? Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that's just the sign of the fitness. You know, because technically, if you're doing like zone 1, zone 2 riding, you can do a lot of zone 1, 2 without putting sort of fatigue on your body. Well, that's that the program that I use does that. Like if it senses, like it knows that you're in the red, it'll give you a ride, but it's like ride at 160 watts for 40 minutes. So it's like you're still riding, but you're just going super easy. Yeah, we got a little blob at 550 here. The C Ride, that's the team time trial course for Tuesday, is the one that you're in right now, Brad. It's to be a fast course. It's, yeah, except for like, I think just the... Oh, I was just like, just the aqueduct climb is the only little uphill on that course. Well, our team in general, we've won the first 3 races. But the team that's second has come second in all 3 races, so the gap is still pretty close in points. But the races have kind of favored us so far. And this, like one of our teammates said, this Tuesday is the TSN turning point. Because if we pull off a win, another one, which we typically do really well in team time trials. Our team is a bunch of big dudes that can lay the watts down, and this course is pretty much flat fest. But the courses after this, there's a few hill climbing courses, so we kind of need to pad the lead. I think one of the courses is the Climber's Gambit. So that's going to be super interesting because you pretty much ride through the desert and then head up the reverse epic KOM. Yeah, so that's going to be super difficult for our team of like sprinters. So it should be interesting. I think we have 60 points. Second is at 57. I think they're like at 54 or 53 or something. Like, yeah, there's a couple teams that have done way better on overall placing than they have on the sprints. So those teams are going to probably do really well on the climb. But with the ZRL races, there's a bunch of different metrics. Like, it's not just how well you place. Like, they give you points for crossing segments, you know, first or fastest. So I'm pretty sure on the course with the Climber's Gambit, there's a sprint section. So if our whole team, you know, does really well on that sprint section, you could kind of relax a bit on the climb, knowing we picked up a crap ton of points prior to the climb. Yeah. 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 Well, and it's bonus too, is because really you only get 20 points for coming first. 19 for second, you know, and so on. So if we win 4 races in a row, like, we've gotten, you know, 80 of a maximum of 160. So for a team, yeah, so even if all the rest of the courses are hill climbing courses, you'd have to have a team that was 4th, you know, win every single race after that. It is. Yeah. Well, the team that's second place right now, they're another dirt team. They don't quite have this. It's another bunch of big dudes as well. They don't quite have the sprint that we have, but they've been placing super well and then coming like decent in the sprints. But they're also a hugely strong time trial team. So it'll be a good battle. Yeah. Yeah, they could. Well, I say though. Yeah, for sure. No. You just get to say you won the series. Which is good though, because I think this will be the last one that we're doing, because things seem to be opening up outside. And it's been more or less the same team since October of, 2020 and ZRL Season 1. So it'd be kind of a good way to take a break, going out on top. Because I think, after that, everyone's got outdoor rides starting, and we'll probably won't race again as a team till September, when it starts getting crappy out. Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the challenge. Well, my attitude for those kind of rides have changed over the last couple years, and I used to always be like, oh, I'm just gonna try to get the fastest time I can get, and I don't really care. I just want to finish and have a fun time. Totally. I mean, just being on the bike for that long. Yeah, I really need to work on that. My Christmas December just pretty much crushed myself with eating food. Oh, fuck. December, man. December, I just ate everything in December. Like, just non-stop. Yeah. Yep. The calories don't add up. Like, I think I can literally gain 4 pounds on a weekend. Like, from weighing myself Friday morning to Monday morning, and then I'll lose it during the week. And I think, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I ate 20,000 calories. Like, that's impossible. But I've noticed as I'm getting older, I mean, I've been struggling with weight my entire life. And previously, you'd gain on the weekend or you'd gain on vacation, and it would be like 3 weeks and it would all come off. Lately, it's like I am fighting hard for every single pound. It is not coming off at all. And it's I don't know if it's like, age metabolism thing or... Yeah, well, that's what I thought, like, going into the ZRL season in September, I was at 98 kilograms, and I thought, I'm gonna be racing twice a week. Boom, watch this. Gonna be back down to 94 in no time. No, I maintained 98 all the way till December, and then I ate my face off. And then I'm sitting at like 102 right now. And then I've been racing all January, and I'm still 102. Like, it's just, man, 2021 was a weird year. I was at my all-time low weight and my all-time high for like the last 6 years. End of May, I was down to 89 and a half. And now in December, I was up to 102. Like, yeah, like it's like I was at my lowest and highest all in the same year. And even now, like, literally take containers of vegetables to work. And I'm eating raw broccoli and peppers and, you know, apples and cucumbers, peas. And it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like the 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I'll eat a piece of pizza on Friday night and then gain 4 pounds. And then I have to eat broccoli, raw broccoli for 5 days. And I lose 4.2 pounds. And then I eat a piece of pizza and then I go up 4 pounds. It's like 0.24. And it's not like, well, yeah, and I'm riding a frick ton. Like, I'm doing every distance of the stage. I'm racing once a week. I'm probably riding 10 plus hours. You know, I had 2.5 hours yesterday. I'm gonna be at 1 hour and 40 today. I think that might be a big thing. Well, honestly, that's probably 100% my issue, is need to start doing the push-ups and the squats again. And my work, you know, I work in an office, so really, I'm pretty sedentary. You know, yes, I ride 10 hours a week, but I'm standing, not doing a whole much for 8 hours a day. Where previously my job was a lot more mobile, you know, doing things. I totally do. My step tracker, I was always hitting my daily goal in my house. Oh, I'm at the halfway mark. I find the plants flush you. Like when I'm eating the vegetables at work, like I'm not I think that's probably it too, is I don't think I'm carrying any leftovers anywhere. Like eating a bunch of high fiber vegetables, just it goes right through you and takes everything else with it. So I basically wasn't carrying around an extra 5 pounds of poop in my intestines and colon. Or I think is what happens is when you eat a bunch of pizza and dough and crap, it just sort of sits there. That makes sense. Oh, I'm in like no man's land. No, it's just people decided to speed up. So the blob that I was in really picked up the pace for some strange reason. Got all excited about something, I don't know. Well, yeah, and then I'm going just slightly too fast for everybody else. Like I'm passing people and I'm trying to slow down to make a new blob, but I'm slowing, I'm pulling away slightly, and I'm like, man, I can't go any slower than this. This is like 140 watts. Like, everyone pick up the pace. I don't understand how it took me 220 watts to barely catch you, and now we can't stay as a group with me doing 140 watts. Yeah. Well, that's why... Yeah, that's too true. It is double draft, but that's why there's a lot of the racers are flocking to RGT. Because RGT has the race dynamics and the drafting dynamics apparently so dialed in that most of the people that I've talked to that have raced in RGT come back and be like, man, it's exactly like a real life race. No, like, it's like a... Sorry, go ahead, Brad. Yeah. Well, yeah, and the big blobs in Zwift go too fast. So there's never any breakaways. The races just feel like time trials. It's just go as hard as you can. Because in real life, if 5 guys did 300 watts and broke away from the pack, they would stay away from a blob doing 240 watts. Yeah, but that's in Zwift. It just seems like the more people that get in the blob, the faster the blob goes with no more effort. Like, it's not like the people at the front of the blob are doing, 4.0 and helping and pulling. Everyone's puttering doing 230 watts, but then you're totally closing the gap on a group of people that are doing 300. That would never happen in real life. Yeah. But you're doing 215 and the blob's doing 230. Like there is no benefit, because that's the way the blob should work. Is you sit in the pack, you pull 150 watts, you rest, and then you pull at the front at 300 plus watts. Like, you have to go harder than the chase group, or you have to go harder than the lead group to catch the lead group. And that doesn't seem how it works in Zwift. But apparently in RGT, it does that. I mean, it's like the crits. They're gone. Yeah. Well, they're trying, but well, and they can't be taken seriously, you know, for racing the way it is now. Like, because the racing's boring. Like, I mean, I race, and it's a damn hard workout, but even when you watch the pros, it's like a blob, and then it's a sprint finish. And I mean, the guys who win the sprint are amazing athletes, but there's no tactics. Like, okay, because you know, if you go off the front, you're just gonna get caught no matter what. Yeah. Yeah.
That you said to me, they will grow inside the make-believe.
Oh. I think Zwift is buying Exert. That is my guess. The program that I use, because everything that they listed on that email is all stuff that Exert does. Well, the CEO of Zwift has been using Exert for years, and Exert's still a tiny little company, so it'd be very easy for them to, you know, it probably wouldn't take a whole lot of money to fold them into Zwift. I think that would be freaking amazing, because the Zwift plans suck. They suck. Where Exert, you know, you can just say, this is what I'm trying to achieve. You know, when you log in, like when I go onto the website, it goes, hey, here's a workout you should do to help achieve your goals. This is what you need to do over the course of the week. And it would be amazing to just log into Zwift and they go, hey, this is what you should do. Here's a workout. And you know that it's tailored to like what you're supposed to be doing. Well, because it's short-term gain. That's what they're based on. They want people to go, shit, I did 6 weeks and I saw an improvement. But you will, but that's not long-term sustainable. Like, when I pick a plan, like say I pick Tour de Victoria as a date, of a goal date. The training plan starts about 4 months before the date, and you do like 2 months of base, 2 months of build, like a month of peak. Like Zwift just goes straight into hard interval peaking. And that's what we were talking about before. Well, and then that's the problem with the plan too, is days you don't do it, and then you feel bad about yourself because you missed it. Where Xert is just, it's like a continuous thing. You know, and if you feel that if you can't meet the requirements, you just bump your expectations down a little bit. Yeah, the Garmin one's pretty good too. Well, as long as they can do it in a way that it still picks up outdoor rides. Like if it becomes its own Zwift ecosystem, it'll fail. But if it syncs with the actual desktop app, and if I do a commute and then it takes that into account, they'll win hard with that. Yeah. Apparently, I'm not catching anybody. Oh, looks like we have to go back up this hill. What the? No, no, no. I'm super tucking. Can't pass me. It's not correct. Heather. Hey, Slow Spoon. How you doing this morning? How's the new place? Are you all settled? Well, that lady's flying. In a hurry to get this done. One more big hill climb and we are good. Hey Drew, thanks for the ride on. Feather engaged. Slightly less fat now. Oh, how long does that last? 10 seconds? It's not long enough. This is where I'm going to catch everybody. Top 500. Here I come. Oh, this big pat. There's 4 places. 1, 2, 3. I've put up a bit of a fight. Like this. Everybody on their climbing bikes. Disc wheel for the win. Spots to go. Oh. Might actually do it. $5.54. That's fast. There hasn't been any whining. No whining. All riding. Going pretty easy this ride, except for that little hill climb. Wanted to see if I could get top 500 by the top. Little feather for this little uphill. Ah, downhill. Oh, super tuck. Screwed up the super tuck. Do it. Now you want super tuck. What is going on? I totally saw. Oh, there we go. I was gonna get mad. Don't mess up with my super tuck. Come on, fatness. Let's catch more people. Oh, the people ahead of me are pedaling. They're probably like too light to super tuck. Not really closing the gap if they're pedaling. Just take a break, people. We're almost near the end. Like, relax. Like, we're just about there. So close. Just calm down. This is a long downhill. This is fantastic. Spin the flywheel back up. See the next guy up ahead. Pedaling didn't get him too far on the downhill. Aero helmet. Up the escalator. Crazy. One kilometer to go. Ah, I knew you were going to say that. Ah, no sprints today. London's a sprint-free zone. Yep. I'll take that. I'll take it. Well, you know, I stream for my entertainment. It's just about entertaining me and keeping myself entertained during these rides. The years and years of having no one in my stream got really good at just entertaining myself. All right, let's take this to 57. Call that a day. I gotta do all the base miles. Gotta get my base miles up there so I can do the best I can for the Canadian Championships. So I can try to not place last.